Hello, pizza. Love pizza. Always had a problem with buying dough. You get the dough, sometimes it's dry. You buy the dough frozen, you gotta wait for it to thaw out, yada yada. Then I started looking at it and I said, geez, how hard could it be to make pizza dough? I was a baker. I used to make dinner rolls, all sorts of bread, donuts, you name it, everything. So I dove into it and realized it wasn't that hard at all. It's actually super simple. Basic ingredients. 4 cups flour, bread flour, or they call 00, all-purpose flour. 4 cups bread flour or all-purpose flour in the bowl. A couple dashes of garlic powder. Optional, you don't have to do that. A tablespoon sugar. 1 cup of warm water, not hot water, warm water, luke, almost more cold than warm. Than hot, in the middle. 6 ounces of dry yeast into here. You let that sit a little bit in the water. I let this sit for like 15-20 minutes. You don't have to, but that's what I do. Now, down goes the mixer. First, speed, just to mix everything together, all the ingredients. On the side I have a 1/4 cup of olive oil, also goes into this. It's enough. Add the olive oil right into the water. Why not? Okay? Now, to add the water into the mix. First gear, full speed, add some water. I add the whole cup. I've done it so many times. It will change depending on the humidity in the room. If it's super humid, you may need less water. If it's dry, more water, but not big difference. Let it go, let it go. Let that all come together. And I did add some sea salt also, just a little bit. You don't want to add too much. We'll let that mix in. We'll let that go and I'll be right back. No need to sit here and watch this thing mix. 2 minutes. Okay, friends. This is what your dough should look like. You'll let that knead. Well, you'll go on, let's say if you're using the kitchenette like I am, mix-up, for like 2 minutes. On second speed for like 5 minutes. Let it really work that dough. Bust it up, loosen it up a little bit. If you're doing it by hand, you're gonna have to knead it. Knead it for like 15 minutes. Good knead. To smooth that dough out, make it nice and stretchy. Alright, I'll let that go for like 5 minutes. Now I'm gonna take it out of the bowl. It's gonna be a little tacky. Quite alright. You want it to be a little tacky. You got some flour here on your board. I just put some dusting flour there. Roll it into a nice little ball like so. Don't be afraid to use the flour that you need to make this work. I'm going to go ahead and just wash my hands a little bit, get that excess sticky dough off. We're going to let this dough sit for like an hour, 2 hours. I let it sit 2 hours. I'll tell you why. The yeast, my friends, the yeast is what actually adds flavor to your dough. Not the sugar, not the salt. It does a little bit, but it's not. It's the real flavor comes in is the interaction of the yeast. That is the flavor. So, that being said, the longer it sits, the better it is. You can do it overnight in your fridge, wrap it in some saran wrap, let it sit overnight, and then use it the next day. Probably the best as far as flavor. And if you do that, the dough's a little more airy. I don't like a very airy dough. Napoli style is airy dough. It's very good, but for me, I prefer a more bready like dough, So if you prefer more like a your local pizza place dough, pizza, you would let it sit for an hour or 2 hours. I let mine sit for like 2 hours at least. And I'm going to show you how I do that. So now that we got the dough out, I'm going to go with the scraper, scrape the excess dough that's in my pan here. Okay, that's what it looks like. I'm just going to scrape the excess out. You don't have to get too crazy. Okay. Spray some olive oil into your bowl. This is so, as it's rising, it won't stick to your pan. Okay. Now, this dough here, this recipe makes enough. It's enough dough to make two 14-inch pizzas. I actually have some pans. I'll show you when we get to that point. Where I make the pizzas in this pan, Greek style pizza, for whatever you want to call it. I like it better in the pan when you're doing it at home. Mind you, a pizza place, there's 650 degree ovens. Unless you have a Vulcan oven, you're not going to get 650 degrees. You're lucky to get 450, you know? I put mine at 400, 425. That's all you need for this, for home cooking. Okay, watch. Now, wow, this dough's awesome. Super silky. I'm just rolling it into a bowl like such. Okay? Roll it into a bowl. Okay? And into the mixing bowl. Alright? Okie doke. Cover that with some saran wrap. Let it sit for 2 hours. And then we'll be back. And we'll see the results. Okay? It'll grow a little bit. 2 hours. And here you have it. This is about two and a half hours later. And it is doubled in size. It's actually doubled in size a few times because it's really hot in my kitchen because the ACs were turned off. So I just poke it, re-roll it, let it go again. Poke it, re-roll it, let it go again. Like I said, that yeast, interacting yeast there with the dough is where the flavor comes from. So, be right back. Alright, sorry, back. So basically I cut that dough in 2 pieces as you've seen. And now we're going to work the dough, trying to make the basic shape of the pan. Takes a little practice, nothing crazy. I can do it, you can do it. Okay? There's one pan already with the dough. Throw it into your pan. And you work your way around. With your flat hand, that's it. Nothing crazy, just keep working it, keep working it. Don't forget your pizza pan is oiled underneath. Voila! Onto the toppings. Now for the toppings. Easy about it. Oven's preheated at 400 degrees. Some pizza sauce. Don't go too much with the pizza sauce because then the cheese falls off the pizza. Some basil and parsley minced up here from my garden. A little bit of that over here. Some good mozzarella cheese. Right here I actually got, it says pizza cheese. Don't be shy with the cheese. And you can add anything you want. Pepperoni, sausage, onion, hamburger, pineapple. We're keeping it simple. Cheese, cut it down a little bit, and pepperoni. I'll throw this bad Larry on the bottom part of the oven, and this thing bakes quick. Maybe 15 minutes. Some pepperoni. And who don't like pizza? Everybody likes a pizza. Even my friend John Anderson, the president of the Plum House, who loves pizza. He said, oh, when are you going to make a pizza show? Here it is, my friend, and it's for you. Alright, spread that out and about. Into the bottom part of the oven, 15-20 minutes, depends on the oven. And how she goes. And the end result, my friends, pizza! So Matthew, what do you say, friend?
Masterpiece, this pizza.